Mayo, who's representing Keller, Texas. And would you like to unmute your mic and share your poems with us, ahorita?
Okay, I just did. Um,
Welcome, Ana.
Thank you, thank you. It's interesting that you do Poets Facing the Wall. Is it Poets Facing the Wall?
Poets Against Walls.
Poets Against Walls, because I worked with a lot of people in the Rio Grande Valley, and I published some poems in Poets Facing the Wall by the Raving Book Press, I think. And then I've worked a lot with, it's been a few years now, but with Lupe also. So we've traveled the same circles, but I didn't know you have wonderful work. So it's great.
Thank you.
Also, another thing that I thought was very interesting, and it's come up not only with your poetry, but with a lot of the other poems I've heard, is the thing of the immigrant and coming anew. And this goes back to dando otra mirada, giving a second look, a second take, reassessing. And this first poem I'm going to read is, of course, somewhat autobiographical. And I think fittingly, I'm dedicating it to my father, but not only my father, but to all fathers and all immigrants who have come and who have struggled and who keep struggling. So anyway, the big blue sky. And I think, Josh, you mentioned something too with the blue sky. So I thought of you too. The big blue sky. The mid-afternoon dazzled, I dashing uphill to meet my friend, breathlessly flashing my sparkling new Peter Pan collar. Lovely, isn't it? I squealed, brashly enough to whitewash the not so new fading blue corduroy that flaked around my knees, my wobbly legs protruding in an abundance of joy and childhood. Let's race to the top, I mouthed. There, where no one will see us, where no one can stop us, where no one shall make us behave como las chicas we're supposed to be, instead of these wild creatures we are, loving the world. We streaked to the crest of that hill, chanting our joy, our exuberance at being alive. Me not caring that mommy and papi slaved away trabajando, or perhaps not caring, but no queriendo comprender, because we were children and we loved our lives and the merry-go-round and rolling down the hill so that my blue corduroy skirt became grass-stained and muddy, but it didn't matter. I just wanted to love the sun and the clouds and the big blue sky looming above. When we reached the apex, I unfurled my arms to the sun, to the sky, to the fluffy white clouds scampering like dinosaurs rampaging wind, and I laughed at the speed of their getaway. Where were these clouds going? My friend and I threw ourselves to the ground and slouched down, legs sprawled and arms outstretched. We saw bears and whales and hyenas scuttling through the blue, the face of God blowing them forward in an exodus of flight. Part of my mind brought back my mommy ironing the 3 hand-me-downs I would wear to la escuela next week, plus the shorts she scrounged to buy me because I came home one day llorando. The boys would pull up my blue corduroy and laugh at my pantaletas de refugiada. I didn't want to think of my mommy and my papi's toil. So instead, I thought of the tarantula my papi brought home one late afternoon, its big, hairy body with its multicolored legs crawling about, trapped in a jar. Wanting to please his flock of children, this was one of the few things he supposed might bring us joy. I would delight in telling my horrid schoolmates I was first to witness una tarantula viva, yet my mommy scolded. ¿Cómo se te ocurre traer algo tan peligroso a la casa? How dare you, she thundered. This horrid creature is poison. Don't we have enough troubles without having that insect escape, biting one of the children? My mommy could see no fun in the spider. She only fretted about doctor bills, worries. But my papi murmured, head hung low. It was crawling about, camouflaged among the stems of bananas. The boats are filled with thousands of pallets, and I'm sure a few odd insects come on board for the ride. Much later, I found out this was the festering legacy the United Fruit Company shipped weekly. I knew it was hard labor what my papi did. For months, he carried those giant banana bunches on his ailing back, hora tras hora each day, moving them out of those massive white boats, reflecting the sun so as to keep the temperatures down. The company cared more about the stems of bananas than ever they cared about workers. For measly pay, my papi slaved his life in tatters. El dinero no era bastante to feed the entire lot of my brothers and sisters, yet it was the only job he could get, not speaking the language. At least the United Fruit Company paid him enough to help us survive. I closed my mind to it all. I would look at the clouds lingering across the big blue sky. I would forget my mommy and papi and even my best friend Marlene. I would stargaze that big blue sky with the clouds swimming by. I would fill up with dreams we could survive those painful days, crammed with worn out corduroys and many-legged tarantulas, bursting with broken English and sueños perdidos. I gazed at the clouds and peeking past them, I would create a colossal benevolent snow woman, kindly showering me with gifts, fantasías y dragones dancing through the red, blue, sun-streaked skies. I kept staring at that big blue sky as it turned orange sunset. I would forget Marlene and my mommy and papi. I would forget the tarantula and my refugee panties. And then as I conjured the azure skyline, turning violet orange with the clouds ambling off dreamily past the horizon, I witnessed a splendorous phoenix emerge, its magnificence overwhelming, giving me fuerza, the strength to get up, to go down that hill, to walk into mi futuro, head held high. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
What a journey.
Thank you. The next one I'm going to read in both languages. First, I'll read it in English, and then I will read it in Spanish. It's completely different. Again, it is about dando otra mirada, giving a second look, reassessing. But it is a completely different poem. Avid Jungle. Incandescent fires malign the serpent of my desires as I sit vacantly staring at the Brazilian instrument that shimmers like a sumptuous sculpture, radiant against the brown-skinned tone of wood, the pellets of its music hanging string by string to lyric, soundless of hubris, hungers amalgamated to form one tone, one sound, one pitch of nightfall. Yet the horse neighs quietly in its corner and listens to the wood, cold with expectation. The silence of the snows deepens in the winter of her discontent, and she cannot shake the shadows, beloved but abandoned, bemused yet so bewildered. Where are we headed? Why do the wind chimes linger when they sing? When will the headstone cross its picket line to revel in that moment of forbidden time? What will the rood bear if not the burden of the ancients, the worry of her history, the tribulations of a life gone wrong? The masks upon the wall all stare at her beyond the ages. The shadows lurk in silenced dreams to shudder her misunderstood vexations. But she gets up, looks over at the wind chimes, purposely pealing their yet not blossomed bells. And then she shepherds slowly over to her ivy, to her green-eyed forest, as she begins to water the jungle of her heart. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to read it in Spanish. And this is an interpretation, not a translation, because translation is never poetry. And if you don't understand Spanish, just close your eyes and listen to the music of the language, because that's part of poetry, is the rhythm and the music that the sound brings. Alumbrados fuegos calumnian la serpiente de mis deseos, mientras me hallo vagamente espiando el instrumento brasilero que brilla como una suntuosa escultura, radiante contra el tono de madera con piel marrón, el perdigón de música colgando, cuerda a cuerda con la letra, sin sonido de arrogancia, hambrunas amalgamadas para formar un tono, un sonido, un paso del anochecer. Sin embargo, el caballo relincha un silencio por su esquina y escucha el bosque, frío con expectación. El silencio de las nieves se profundiza en el invierno de su descontento y ella no puede sacudir las sombras amadas pero abandonadas, perplejas y tan turbadas. ¿A dónde vamos? ¿Por qué persisten las campanillas cuando cantan? ¿Cuándo cruzará la tumba su piquete para gozar ese momento de tiempo clandestino? ¿Qué llevará la cruz si no la carga de los antiguos, las preocupaciones de su historia, las tribulaciones de una vida que salió tan mal? Las máscaras en la pared la juzgan más allá de las edades. Las sombras acechan silenciados sueños para cerrarle las molestias siempre mal pensadas. Pero ella se levanta, vela los cascabeles sonando sus timbres aún no florecidos, y luego pasa lentamente a su hiedra, a su bosque de ojos verdes, mientras comienza a regar la jungla de su corazón. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Oh, oh gosh, your reading voice in Spanish. I could hear that on vinyl, LP, CD, MP3, MP4, on a drive-in movie theater with one of those heavy boxes you put on the side of the car. I could listen to that all day. It was beautiful, beautiful reading.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're getting a bunch of comments in the chat, Anna, and like I said, I will send everybody the chat in a couple of days, so you don't have to copy and paste this now. I'll send that to you
Thank
later.
you. I forgot to say, these were published in Agamanthus. The first one was published in Agamanthus, and then in Terror House magazine, which is a magazine out of Hungary. And they published this one and also Ivy Jungle. And they published both the Spanish and English. But Ivy Jungle was also published by Rigorous in 2017 when I first wrote it. So
Donna, do you have a way to share the links to some of these if the poems are readable on a website, or if there's a book that we can,
Shit.
anthology or issue of a journal that we can buy?
These are not, they're online. I can share the things online that they're on. I'm trying to get a book published, but I haven't been able to yet. But I'm working on it.
You do important work, as it is very important work when you're not being a wonderful poet, and
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
acknowledge that's also taking up a lot of time and space in your life.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have a book yet, but do you have let's see, a website? Do you have a website for your
My
writing?
website I haven't worked on in a long time because I've been working a lot now to make money, and then otherwise I work with immigrants, and that takes up all my time. So between both, I haven't worked on that at all. And then I've been trying to publish my poems as much as I can. So I've been publishing them online and in magazines. I have another. I think you heard this one poem. It's come out several places, and I think I read it in one of the readings with you in Fort Worth. Marimacho, I believe I read. That's coming out in Spain now, and that's come out in several places. Came out in Canada. It's come out in the Southwest, and I was actually paid quite a bit for it. It came out in a university in the Northeast also, or in the Southeast, I think. So yeah, it's been coming. I've been publishing a lot, but in different journals and different things online and in print, but nothing is all together, not yet. One of these days.
Well, I'm here to encourage you to share your work with the world. And I mean, there's 14 people here, 13 people, not including yourself, listening and appreciating. So just imagine times 50 or 100. I think there are people who would be very hungry for your poems.
Thank you.
Welcome, Donna. I'm glad you're here, Donna Huffman. And let's shift now to our final poet on the list for tonight. It's Sue Prevost. Unfortunately, Chandrika wasn't able to join us tonight, and I feel badly about that, but we'll just carry forward. And Sue, you are based in New Orleans, Louisiana, but tonight you're in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, and you drove there. I was so worried for you driving by yourself.
Oh, I know.
To Mexico, and you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I went to Laredo first, and I really liked Laredo. I never had any problems anywhere, any aspect of the trip. I'm so grateful to be in this place, but grateful to be with you all. For me, being